Okay. Looking for my friend Frank Freeman over here. Frank is famous for gardening and forestry and so forth, and he informed me tonight that he has a registered hospice, Millboy Miller, world-class hospice. So if I'm going to have one, I'm going to tell everybody we're coming to get it, Frank, and I appreciate it. If you want a hospice, that's what you want, the Millboy Miller, right? Good. Okay, a couple things here. I got my phone here. It's a good thing when I told Doug Schwab when he came to Northern Iowa, hey, if you need anything, just let me know. I'll try to help you. And tonight, I get a text from Mark. It's recruiting season, right? He goes, hey, tell Doug to check his message. So I tell Doug, check your message. He goes, I don't have no service. And so I'm texting Mark back. In between the minute, I give Doug my phone, so that's why I got it here, Doug, in case we get that. I'll let everybody know if we get the text back from Mark on this recruit. No, you might as well just hold it. Doug's going to be a little humble when he gets up here. We're sitting there talking, Kevin, Gable, and we get talking about their careers, and Gable says, we're talking about Doug's senior year in the finals. You quit attacking! You quit attacking! Doug relived the pain a little bit. But Gable, he ain't going to quit coaching, so he's still on him. I'm going to tell a couple things. The first time I ever met Doug Schwab, and some of you might have heard this before, I went to the home of the Schwabs, and I didn't know Sue, I didn't know it. I'm recruiting Mike, the oldest brother. And I knock on the door, and Sue answers the door. Doug is 6 years old. I answer the door, and she said, hi. I said, hi, Coach Miller, Sue, pleased to meet you. About that time, Doug has her leg up in a single, and Sue doesn't even, she says, Coach Miller, come on in. She's got the leg up. And Doug keeps wrestling. She doesn't say stop, Doug, Rand. She just whizzers, sprawls. And she could have did the go behind, but I didn't think she wanted to break you at 6. But just come on in. And I said, I'm at the right place. And I don't know if you remember this or not, but when I went to UNI as assistant, about 3 years later, Doug's about 9, he comes running in the office one day and gives on the table a letter of intent. Remember this? A letter written out. He wrote the whole thing out and signed it. Letter of intent, I'm coming to UNI. And Gable delayed it for a number of years, but we got him, finally we got him, that letter of intent. He's at UNI, so it's awesome, man. And good things have happened since he's been there. And I know Panther Train is rolling. And I know we got a lot of people here that are excited about UNI wrestling. If you come to any meets, there was 4 sold out meets. The West Gym is really a great place to watch wrestling, especially when it's full. And we have, the kids are wrestling hard. The place is full. The alumni are back in action and supporting, and all that goes back to this guy, Doug Schwab. And we're excited. I'm excited that he's there, and that I know I made a trip down to the house to meet Allison and Doug to see if he'd be interested before this whole thing started. So it all worked out, and things are going. But Doug is a rising star in college wrestling. And, you know, he was a state champ at Osage, and I know that community is very proud of him. He's a national champion at the University of Iowa, and he was a 2008 Olympian. Let's bring him up. 111th inductee.
was trying to cheat me some points. I know I scored on you, Mom. I know I did. It was true. Yes, she did. She was straight on her butt. You remember that. She did not sprawl anything. Those are points. This year's points, yeah. She reaction time, she's like Cat. I got to thank the committee for this honor. Hearing some of the history of how this thing has kind of come about was really cool, and the kind of the few guys that really kept that thing together. So we appreciate all the work that you guys have done for this. I'm not really sure where I'm going to go, because I like to wing things a little bit and kind of let it go. And I see three of my athletes, and they're kind of shaking their head. They're like, "Yeah, I kind of know how this is going to go." But to me, a Hall of Fame, it's about thanking a lot of people, because you don't get anywhere by yourself. And I keep getting this flashback right now as Kobe Yoder. Because I'm going to tell a little story, and my brother Mark's not here, but I'm going to tell a little story about Kobe Yoder. And I tell you what, we might have to park tables and actually get one match in. But my brother Mark was one of the best guys, not only in the country, in the world at the time. But he had those octagons, and you get those big octagons when you go to win a national title, junior nationals, and every Saturday we'd have a match. And we were in the same conference, North Iowa Conference, and it happened to be I always wrestled Kobe Yoder, but I never won. I'd be winning the whole match, and then my brother would win. And I'd cry, and then we'd have an award ceremony. And the award ceremony went like this. He had his octagon, and I had a paper plate. Which, at the time, it was traumatic as a kid. It was really traumatic, but you know what? I finally got an octagon, and I'm starting that with my boys now. So I'm kidding. I haven't done that yet. But Kobe, what do you think? We got one match in us? Okay. You know, a lot of things have to go out, and really my foundation is my family. And you know, a lot of things that Coach Resser was saying really rang true with me too. I had parents that just supported us. They were just behind us. They never criticized once. They just showed up and supported. And to me, that's, you know, when I get around recruiting now and I'm coaching, that's actually really special when you have that. When you have parents who just are absolutely 100% behind you, don't get involved with anything other than I'm here to support you and help you. And that's how my parents were. My mom, wow. I always talk about my mom because she's been the rock for our family. I mean, no doubt about it. She's the toughest one. Obviously, she's tough. She I didn't score points on her. She's obviously really tough. But man, that work ethic, I saw it. I saw it from my mom and my dad, getting up every day. My dad, I think in 17, 18 years of work, never missed a day of work. I mean, so I saw that. It was just go to work and get it done, and I really took that. And then, you know, having my two brothers that had a lot of success, but I saw how they worked though. It wasn't like they just showed up on the mat and then they won. I mean, I saw them going out for runs. I saw them doing those things, and they really helped guide me. They never really tried to push me to anything, but they really guided me. And I tell you what, being in the town of Osage with that, and the tradition and history that we have, I know that I can't tell you how blessed and thankful I am to be able to be raised like that. My sister Julie, and I always say it, I say it every time, but she would have been the toughest wrestler out of all of us. She beat the hell out of me plenty growing up, but we were close, you know, when there's a 10-year and 12-year age gap between my brothers. So there was a lot of time when we weren't in the house together. I think I was 6 when Mike went to school. So there was a big gap there. So me and my sister became really close, and love my sister. And other than that, I got to tell a few stories about my brothers, because here's the thing: is when you have those gaps like that, when you have 10 and 12 years, but you understand they did whatever they wanted to do. They beat me up. They put mustaches on me. They did whatever they wanted to do. I'm going to tell you the two stories about when those things turned around. I can remember it was my sophomore year in college. I was at Iowa, and I think it was Christmas Eve, because we always come back early because we go to Midlands. And I remember calling Mike up, and he was up in Cedar Rapids, and I said, "Mike, hey, I need a workout partner." And he came up, and I remember I kicked the hell out of him. And it was a lot of fun, and I can tell you, and he'll tell you, he's never wrestled me since. He's never wrestled me since. Me and my other brother, Mark, we get to work together now. And I tell you what, if you ask my assistant coaches, there's probably a few times where we probably should move some of the things out and just have a wrestling match right there. But I still remember after one nationals, I worked out with him and I got him. And I tell you what, that felt pretty good to get your big brother. But he was a tough SOB, I'll tell you that. I'm not sure where I'm going to go. Like I said, I've kind of shifted. I don't think anymore about my competitive career. What I did, I'm proud of it. But now it's about coaching. It's about coaching and building men. It's about coaching and building a program. And I'm excited to build a program. Excited to build UNI and what we're doing and doing in the state of Iowa is an incredible thing. I got 3 of my athletes right here. And want to make sure I recognize them. Taylor, Kevin, I tell you what, it's crazy how connected, wrestling really is. It's incredible. You got Tom Kevin now. I coach his son here, and he's been through so much adversity, but he's held his head up through all of it. And I'm proud of him, proud of Bart Ryder and Clay Welter. 3 Bosco boys that are on my team, and look forward to seeing them just continue to grow as men in the future. Connected with the rest of you guys. I spent a little time down at VT. I wonder, I don't know if Tom still wonders, but sometimes I wonder what would happen if we would have stayed at VT. Because I tell you, it was a pretty fun thing. We came back to Iowa and did what we did, but sometimes you wonder. Kevin's doing an incredible job, and we look forward to getting him into West Gym. And what Hillboy was saying about it's not like that at all. There's hardly anybody there. We don't turn up the heat. We do none of that. And the fans are really quiet. So tell you guys, don't worry at all. But kind of how connected we are. So the story is, part of my story is going all these places. But going to Virginia Tech, I met my wife, which is incredible thing. Met her, and then she's put up with me. Sometimes I know she struggles putting up with me, because she tells me. But I don't know. I mean, like I said, just those things, getting to go to Virginia, I would not have met her. I wouldn't have got her bring back to Iowa. I wouldn't have two young boys, and wouldn't have someone that's so incredibly supportive of our team and everything that we do. Man, she's as invested in this thing as I am. I've never fucked at a recruit's house with my wife, Gable, but I mean, not yet. I don't know. Well, because of I think she would be willing to do it, though. I'm going to tell you that right now. Just to get those guys. Well, I got to thank Osage, all the people from Osage that came and supported me. I tell you what, they said, being able to put that green and white on, when from being a little kid was an incredible thing. Love the history there, and love to be able to give back to that program. I see Coach Jennings over here, Coach Goss, who was my high school coach. Appreciate everything that they have done for me. Then moving on to Iowa. I don't like black and gold anymore, just so you know. I'm strictly purple and gold. But I tell you what, the people that I was able. What? I don't like, but no. That's the way it should be. Hey, where's Tom Brands at? I guarantee he doesn't like purple and gold. So that's fair. Or maroon, yeah, we don't like anyone. But I know I'm getting a little bit long-winded, but there's some other people that I need to thank, things that they've done for me throughout my career. Going to Iowa, Gable recruited me. I would have liked to have had more years underneath him, but 1 year was great. And then, Tom, I spent a lot of time with Tom Brands, so I appreciate everything that he's done for me and my family. I see Mike Durrell out here. He spent a lot of time with me, put a lot of time and effort into me, coaching, and then when I was competing. So appreciate everything that he's done. And then, being at UNI now, all the people that support us. I love what we're building. I love being in the state of Iowa. I don't know what makes you Hall of Fame worthy, but I look forward to coaching a lot of guys that, you know, are going to be added to this list. Well, that's really what my goal is right now, is to add to this list with guys who come through my program. So I appreciate this honor, and look forward to continue to come back up to Cresco. We appreciate all the support, and go Panthers.